I have had a complaint from a member of police staff.
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself for me?
Yes, certainly. My name's Sergeant 1789 Pope. I'm the duty sergeant on today. Got no issue with your video. That said, I'd ask you not to video inside there, members of police staff. If your actions cause alarm, harassment, distress to them, you may commit an offence.
Okay, right. Well, just so you know, that is a public area, okay, and I'm well within my rights to be in there and filming.
Sir,
okay.
Sir, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying if your actions cause alarm, harassment, distress.
Okay.
Members of the you listen.
As an officer, okay, you can't be alarmed and distressed.
Actually, we can.
No, you cannot. You need to look at case law, and you will actually see that you cannot be alarm and distress right in your actual officer's duty.
That's the case of RV Orem. That's not in relation to what we're doing now. I'm talking about police staff, not police officers.
Okay.
So I'm talking about police.
Welcome back, everyone. Today's case isn't a typical courtroom drama. It's a battle between a citizen armed with nothing but a camera and a police sergeant who just can't seem to get the law straight. What starts as a calm conversation about filming quickly spirals into a full-blown legal and ethical meltdown. On one side, we've got Claude, firm, knowledgeable, and absolutely unwilling to back down. On the other, Sergeant Pope, tasked with upholding the law but instead bending it to fit his narrative. From harassment claims that
I'm allowed to film anything I can see from public.
I'm not saying that you
okay. So if I film them, if I film them and I'm in public, okay, then I'm doing nothing unlawful. Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, correct.
Right, so if you cause alarm, harassment, and distress through your actions, okay, then you commit an offence on Section 5 of the Public Order Act.
Section 5? Okay, so have you got a member of the public that's a complainant?
I'm not saying that you've done that yet, and I'm not saying, I'm just advising you. I've got no problem with you videoing here.
Well, have you got a member of the public that's a complainant?
Well, police staff
is not a member of the public. No, they are not. Not when they're actually working.
They are?
Not when they're working, sir. You need to actually justify that. They are police staff and they're in a...
To body cam transparency issues, to an actual physical clash. Yes, you heard me right. This encounter has it all. And trust me, by the end, the sergeant's credibility won't just be questioned, it'll be shattered. Stick around, because the twists in this one are wild, and the fallout could end a career. Here's where we see the first tactical maneuver. The sergeant tries to play the harassment card. He argues that filming might cause alarm, harassment, or distress to police staff inside. Now, that might sound convincing if you don't know the law, but here's the kicker. Courts have been crystal clear. Police officers, and even...
No, I will video the staff if they're actually in the
if I do get a complaint, so then you may be dealt with under that matter, okay?
Well...
And that's it. That's the end of it.
And just remember, it will be completely unlawful. It will be completely unlawful. Okay, but also, can I just mention to you as well, can you tell me why you didn't actually tell me that you put your body camera on, sir?
Okay. I apologise for that. My body camera's on. Is there a reason why you didn't tell me you were videoing me?
I don't need to. Okay. Under your actual code of ethics.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
So
yeah, go on. Under my code of ethics.
Under your code of ethics, under section 3.5, okay, you're meant
3.5 what?
3.5 of your code of ethics.
Sir, there's no such thing as 3.5.
Yes, there is, sir. You need to actually look at it, okay? It actually states that a member of the public must be informed at the first possible moment when...
Staff operate in a public-facing role. That means scrutiny comes with the territory. If discomfort alone were enough to shut down filming, every journalist outside a courthouse, every activist with a camera, and even tourists snapping photos could technically be criminals. See the problem? What the sergeant is doing here isn't protecting the public, it's shielding the institution from accountability. This is classic intimidation by statute. The sergeant pulls out Section 5 of the Public Order Act 1986, warning Claude that his filming could qualify as harassment or disorderly conduct. But let's break that down. Section 5 requires threatening, abusive, or disorderly behavior. Quietly recording outside a PO.
Talk to me that way.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a card.
To me in that manner.
Sir, I'm going to give you a card with my details on so you can make a complaint that I didn't inform you.
Don't worry, I will be.
That I had my body one video.
I will be. Don't worry about that.
I didn't. I was more concerned with your actions at the time.
What, my actions? What, filming in public?
Well, no, what you're trying to
Filming
do...
in public,
No,
sir.
what you're trying to do is just bait police officers and other people.
That's a presumption, okay? What you got to remember, a presumption, okay, that's your own personal presumption, sir.
I'll give you my details.
Okay, your own personal presumption. And your own personal presumption
So
is
I'm
not
gonna argue
law.
with you. I'm just advising you.
Okay?
If you watch the video in
your
public, you're
presumption
more
is
than
not
welcome.
law.
No, it's not.
Okay? So just
I never
remember
said
that.
it was.
Okay?
So
Don't tell me that I'm trying to bait police officers.
You are?
No, I would have gladly have had a nice conversation with you, sir, if you would have approached me in a different manner.
You were never intending that at all.
Really?
Really? You're doing this specifically
no, look,
because
sir,
you
you're
want
making
someone to interact
another
with you.
presumption again.
I've come out to
How
speak
have
to
you made it
because
as a
I've had
sergeant?
complaint.
How have you made it as a sergeant when
There you
you
go.
make so many presumptions? Okay, you've made 3 different.
Vice station. That's none of those things. Courts have said again and again, mere annoyance doesn't equal harassment. Imagine if it did. Every time someone side-eyed you in traffic, you could file charges. That's how absurd this interpretation is. What we're witnessing here is not law enforcement, but law stretching, and it's already starting to crumble under its own weight. Now comes one of the most revealing moments. Claude notices the sergeant's body-worn camera quietly rolling and asks, "Why didn't you tell me you were recording?" It's a perfectly fair question because, unlike the public, officers are required under their code of ethics to declare when they start recording. This isn't optional. Transparency is supposed to be built into the system. But instead of owning it, the sergeant brushes it off, denies the rule even exists, and flips the question back on Claude. That's the equivalent of saying, "Well, you didn't do it either." Except, here's the problem. Claude isn't bound by a professional policing code. The sergeant is. It's a bad deflection, and it exposes a bigger issue.
Are you telling me that you're going to murder someone next? Okay, is that what it is? Okay, so I can make a presumption, okay, on you, okay, and this is only using it as an example. So are you telling me then that you would actually murder someone else? Would you, sir? Don't do that, you prick!
What are you doing?
You're such a prick.
I'm trying to come through the
No,
door.
you deliberately push that to try and push me over. Okay, and don't make it look like you weren't.
Please don't shout at me in the inquiry.
I'm not shouting,
Are
sir.
you here for a legitimate reason?
Okay.
Are you here for a legitimate reason?
Well, what I'm here to see, okay, I will
Are
go
you
and
here
see.
for a legitimate reason? Do you
Yes,
need
I
to
am
speak
here
to
for
an
a
officer?
legitimate reason.
Do you
yes,
need
I
to
am.
speak to someone? Would you like to tell me what that is? And I'll get an officer
Not
to come
you,
speak to you.
it's your actual inspector I would like to see.
Well, he's not here at the moment, but I can give you the details on how you can contact him.
Yep, if you could. Okay, because that was
If you
completely out of
contact-
order.
If you contact 101,
No, I'm not doing it via 101,
if you want to speak
okay?
to
I will
someone
actually
in the
do it in
office,
here.
They'll take the details
Okay?
for you.
And that I will do.
Okay.
Okay? But you are absolutely out of order for what you just done. Don't make it look like you didn't do
Well, no,
anything.
that's
At this stage, the sergeant abandons the legal angle altogether and starts throwing personal accusations. You're just here to bait officers. That right there is the tell. When an officer shifts from law to motive, it usually means they've run out of actual grounds to stand on. Filming in public is lawful, period. Claiming it's baiting doesn't magically make it illegal. And here's the irony. By losing his composure and leaning into presumptions, the sergeant is actually baiting himself. Instead of staying calm and professional, he's showing frustration. And that frustration is about to boil over in the worst way possible. This is the turning point. As the sergeant heads through the revolving door, Claude follows behind. At a normal distance, nothing aggressive.
Then I will ask you
Ask
to
is
leave the
not swearing.
station.
Ask is
Sir,
not
I'm going to
swearing.
ask you to leave the station if you carry on trying to
Can you tell me?
behave in this
Can
manner.
you tell me whether or not that is swearing or not? Ask is not swearing.
You're shouting at me.
I'm
You're
not
shouting
I'm
at
not
me.
shouting.
You are.
I'm
So
not
if
shouting.
you want to make your complaint, there's the inquiry.
I'm not
office. I'm
shouting.
more than happy to do so. If you have no legitimate reason to be
Okay.
here, I will
I have
ask
a
you to leave.
legitimate reason. Okay.
What's your legitimate
Well,
reason?
I'm waiting
sir?
for you to go, and then I'll go in there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, I'll wait for
then.
you to go.
Thank you.
Okay. Because you are absolutely out of order.
So there's no point following me in.
I'm not following you in through that door. I'm not following you in
So,
through that door.
go sit
No,
down there,
I want
please.
you to go, and then I'll carry on with my business.
Okay.
And I've already told you that 3 times. As soon as you go, I will carry on with my business.
You're just being argumentative unnecessarily.
No, you tried to push me over.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. It's all on camera, so don't worry about it.
It's all on camera.
Yep, and I will be getting a copy of those.
I'm sure you will, sir. You have a nice
Okay.
day. Thank you for your time.
Right.
That where you'll hear him make a number of different presumptions about myself and
Correct.
so on and so forth, and then we go into the building. He goes through the actual turnstile door in front of me. He pushes it really fast. The door behind me slams into the back of me, and then he tries to act like nothing actually happened. And from their own camera footage, it's actually come out. Yep, okay, it was full-on assault, is what it actually was, because it was deliberately done. And basically, they've offered £1,250, which has been declined. I'm not interested in that. And basically, yep. So we're going to push through and actually, hopefully, get this type of copper that should not be on our streets in the UK or anywhere else.
The sergeant halts the door mid-turn, slamming it straight into Plod. This isn't a stumble, it's a calculated move. A sergeant, someone trusted to lead officers, just weaponized a door against a citizen for filming. Think about that. It crosses the line from questionable policing to outright assault. And the worst part? It's all on camera. He denies it, but the footage doesn't lie. That single act of frustration didn't just escalate the situation. It created legal exposure that could cost him his badge. And here's where the fallout hits. Internal investigators classify the revolving door incident as deliberate assault. The force offers Plod £1,250 to quietly close the case. But Plod says no. He's not after hush money. He's after accountability. And that's key. Because if this goes to court, the payout could climb to £15,000 or more. But the bigger consequence isn't financial. It's professional. A judgment against the sergeant would be career-threatening. Demotion, suspension, maybe even dismissal. Think about the irony here. What began as a sergeant lecturing about the law could end with that same sergeant being judged by it. So let's recap. Sergeant Pope tried to misuse harassment laws, dismissed ethical standards, made wild presumptions about intent, and finally resorted to physical aggression. Every step wasn't just a bad choice. It was a step deeper into career-ending territory. What should have been a routine, uneventful encounter spiraled into a lawsuit that exposes the dangers of unchecked authority. The lesson? Public accountability isn't optional. Cameras keep power in check, and when officers cross the line, the evidence doesn't just disappear. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping breakdowns. Trust me, this is just the beginning.